Need some coins for that God Squad you've always wanted? Check out rockbottomcoins.com for the cheapest and fastest coins anywhere. Use code ZIRK for 15% off your order. And if you guys want to compete in tournaments for cash prizes, make sure to check out tourneycrypt.com.
The whole thing wobbin'.
What's going on, guys? It's Zirksee coming at you today with another YouTube video, and today we have got my Team of the Week, Week 3 predictions. Now, of course, I'm going to go over my honorable mentions first, and then show you guys who I think is going to get a card. Now, on my last video for the Team of the Week predictions, I got a ton of comments saying, where's this guy? Where's that guy? And they were literally in the video. So please, pay attention. If you guys are watching the entire video, right, and you see all the players that I mentioned, and you go down to the comment section and someone says, where's this guy at? And they're literally in the video, call them a bonehead. Please pay attention. Watch the entire video. These are my honorable mentions for who I think could get a hero. Then I'm going to show you guys graphics and show you who I think could actually get a card. So with that being said, this Team of the Week was very, very hard. There's a lot of people that could potentially get the hero card, so I already know I'm not going to say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people. There's literally like so many people that could potentially get a hero. There's so many people, I'm going to miss 1 or 2, and so many people are going to get so very triggered. It's okay. With that being said, though, let's get into my predictions. So my first honorable mention is going to be Calais Campbell. Now, of course, Campbell had a crazy game. He had 3 sacks, of course, versus the Titans, I believe it was. A crazy game. Now, the one issue was that he already has an 88 overall card. Now, you guys already know, Team of the Week cards right now, the heroes are 90s. The limited time card is a 91. And the limited time card, I believe, is going to be, like, it's going to be an offense player. Because whoever has the most fantasy points, I believe, are close to it, depending on who it actually is. So, Calais Campbell, 88 overall. I don't think he'll get it just because he already has an 88. I don't think they'll make an 88 jump to a 90. I don't think EA is going to do that, but I had to throw Calais Campbell in here because he did have a really good game. Now, someone else who I think could potentially get the defensive hero is going to be Tre'Davious White. It's also kind of important to keep in mind, EA doesn't really do, like, the same positions every single week for Team of the Week. So, like, last week, of course, we got Julio Jones and Darius Slay. I don't think we'll get another cornerback as the hero because we just got a corner. Now, we did just get Julio Jones, and honestly, there was a lot of wide receivers I think they could potentially get it this week. But I don't know if they'll do another wide receiver cornerback duo if they want to go that way. Tre'Davious White, though, had 2 interceptions, had a very good game. It is possible that he just ends up getting a set card because he does have an 80 overall core elite. But I figured I'd throw him in here as an honorable mention. The Bills are 3-0. Maybe EA wants to throw him a little bit of juice here and give him a hero card. My next honorable mention is Russel Wilson. He had 400 yards and 4 TDs, I believe. Also, I should mention, Team of the Week this year, it's different. You don't even have to win the game to actually get a Team of the Week card. As long as you had one of the best performances, like Week 1, the Jets lost, but CJ Mosley got a Team of the Week. It doesn't matter if your team lost. If your team won, it's literally just strictly depending on how good you played. Russell Wilson had 400 yards and 4 total TDs. He definitely played pretty dang good in that game. Now, he has an 86 overall Theme King, right? So, if they're going to give him a card, he has to be the hero, basically, because an 86 overall is the highest set piece. Russell Wilson would have to get a 90. Now, we do have a couple different promos already coming up, like Most Feared, potentially Mud Heroes within the next week or 2 weeks if they decide to do it again. Last year came out October 1st. I'm not sure what they're going to do with Russell Wilson. Usually, they like to save him for promo cards. Could they give him a Team of the Week? I think it's possible. Another player who had a very good game is Alvin Kamara. Kamara had 160 total yards, I believe, and 2 total touchdowns. Now, could they give it to Kamara? Because we actually only had the last Team of the Week halfback was Dalvin Cook in the preseason, I believe. So, Kamara actually, pretty decent chance he could potentially get this. That's why he's an honorable mention for me. I do believe that someone else might get the offensive hero, but Alvin Kamara had a very good game, 160 total yards, 2 TDs. I wouldn't be shocked if he got it, but if they are going to do the Mud Heroes promo, Kamara is more than likely going to get that for the Saints. And we've also got Keenan Allen as an honorable mention. Now, Keenan Allen had an amazing game. For one wide receiver having a better game than him, I think he could have potentially been the offensive player. Keenan Allen, though, 180 yards, 2 TDs, crazy stat line. I don't think he's going to get it with how the other wide receivers played. And I think you guys might already know, just even based off the thumbnail, I think is going to get a card for this week. But Keenan Allen, I don't think he'll get the hero. just because of the fact that I think we're going to get another wide receiver this week. Now, that's it for my honorable mentions. Now, let's get into the graphics and who I think could potentially get the offensive hero, the defensive hero, the limited time card, and also go over the set pieces and give you guys a little bit of explanation as to why I think some of these cards are going to be in the set and not necessarily get a hero. So now let's get into my actual team of the week predictions and who I think is going to be a set card, who I think is going to be a hero or a master card. And like I said before, I know I probably missed out on a couple of honorable mentions. There's probably like 10 people I could have had on honorable mentions this week. There's just so many people that could potentially get a hero card. With that being said, though, let's get into the set pieces. So starting off the set, the highest overall offensive player, I do believe Phillip Lindsay will be in the set. Now, of course, Phillip Lindsay does have a MUT hero card. I believe it is an 84 overall. It's not a big jump for him, but going from an 84 to an 86 overall, I think he definitely could get that. He had 130 total offensive yards and 2 TDs. Now, number 2 in that set is going to be Daniel Jones. Now, I do believe Daniel Jones does have a Team of the Week set piece already. I think it's like a 76 or 78 overall. I think he is going to go up to an 86. I don't think he's going to get a hero card. I really doubt the EA gives a set card to a rookie, and he did have a good game. I mean, 364 total yards and 4 total offensive touchdowns, but I really do not think that EA is going to give him the hero card. As a rookie, and because he doesn't have an elite card yet, I don't think he gets that high of an overall jump, and just because he is a rookie, I think he is going to get an 86, though, more than likely. Now, also, I have Jacoby Brissett in here. He had 314 total offensive yards and 2 TDs. Tony Pollard, of course, which, I mean, like, I'm happy about it, but kind of not happy about it at the same time for my fantasy team because I do have Zeke on fantasy. I like that Tony Pollard is a reliable back here and that he can come in for Zeke and relieve him on a drive or 2 game. He had a great game. He had 128 total yards and 1 TD in garbage time, but still, I think he will get a Team of the Week card. We also have McCole Hardman, who had 104 total yards and a TD. Kyle Allen for the Panthers. Crazy game. 264 yards and 4 TDs versus the Cardinals. Now, defensively, there's a lot of defensive studs out here. I feel like people will make the case that potentially Darnell Savage could have been on this list as well. I think he could have been on this list as well. Dante Jackson, 5 tackles, 2 picks, and a pass defense. Preston Smith had 5 tackles, 3 sacks, and a forced fumble. Also, Mario Addison had 3 tackles and 3 sacks. Von Bell had 9 tackles, a fumble recovery, which he ran back for a touchdown, and a pass defense. Devin Bush had 11 tackles and 2 fumble recoveries, and Eric Wilson had 11 tackles and 2 sacks. I really hope that Devin Bush gets a high overall set piece. I don't know if he will, but of course, Devin Bush is a rookie premier card. So if they give us Devin Bush and Darnell Savage, that means both of our rookie premier cards, or 2 of our rookie premier cards, will be getting an update, which I most definitely would appreciate a ton. So with that being said, that was the Team of the Week set cards. Now, let's get into the heroes. And as for the heroes, I believe that the limited time card is going to be Mike Evans. Mike Evans had 190 yards and 3 TDs. If it weren't for that trash kicker, they would have won that game. I do believe Mike Evans is going to end up getting the limited time card. It usually goes to whoever has the most fantasy points. Now, I will say, I believe Daniel Jones actually was very close to being the person with the most fantasy points until that final drive with the Bucs, where I believe Mike Evans did in fact get more fantasy points with that final long catch that he had to get up to 190 yards and 3 TDs. Also, as you know, I took Chris Godwin in DraftKings. Pretty mad about that. But Mike Evans, absolute beast. Now, as for the offensive hero, Mark Ingram, I think, could very well potentially get this. Now, of course, Ingram also does have a 86 overall theme builder. He had 135 total yards and 3 TDs. Now, honestly, the defensive hero was the hard part this week. I'm not really sure if it's going to actually be Shaq Barrett, but this man had 6 tackles, 4 sacks, and 2 forced fumbles. He actually has 8 total sacks on the season already, which I believe actually unlocked his bonus for him, so now he actually gets like an additional $250,000, I believe. Crazy for him. So with a limited time card, I do believe Mike Evans ends up getting it. Mark Ingram, now like I said, this could switch out. There was a lot of people that could potentially get this, but I don't think they're going to do 2 wide receivers with Mike Evans getting the LTD, and I feel as though Mike Evans getting the LTD is almost guaranteed to happen. As for the offensive hero, though, this could potentially be Russell Wilson, Kamara. We do have a couple of promos coming up. I don't know if they're going to include Russell Wilson in the most feared like they have in years past. Maybe if they decide to do MUT Heroes again this year, which, of course, last year came out October 1st. They could potentially have Russel Wilson in there or Mark Ingram in there, so it gets kind of tricky down here. But I do believe Mike Evans will be the LTD, and for the defensive hero, I know it's not the flashiest pick in Shaq Barrett. That's why I think they could go with someone else like potentially Tre'Davious White, but I don't believe that we have a defensive hero as an outside linebacker pass rusher yet. Trying to think back to the past couple of weeks, and I'm pretty positive we do not. So I think that Shaq Barrett could potentially get this. And with that being said, those are my team of the week predictions. I also gave you guys my honorable mention. Comment down below who you guys think I did. I know there's going to be some butthurt fans because I didn't put this guy or that guy on this list. It's okay. With that being said, hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll see you guys next time.